Welcome back to computer class. Today we're going to talk about this house project. And the house project is done in this program that we call Pages. If you're at home, you can also do it in Google Drive and in the drawing program. But what we're going to do is use what we know about shapes to make a really cool house. And then we're going to also use what is called a painting program to make some other little things that we can put on our house. So let me simply try to make a house here. I'm going to go to my square and I'm going to say, well, here's the front side of my house. Just kind of in there. I've already started with a blank, okay, and page, and I've turned it sideways. That is called landscape. So when you first pick your thing, it should be sideways landscape. Now, what's really cool is I can change the color of this by going down to the style and say, hey, I want this color. I can also then go to what is called the shape again and say draw with the pen because I want to make the side of my house. I'm going to make this side and this side and then bring it up here and then bring it back down here. Now, if you didn't like that one, I have to finish it by bringing it back down to the corner. Then I could say color fill and it then colors whatever, when I want to make it. Okay, so that's my side of the house. Now, I'm going to take my pen again and say, hey, I'm going to draw with a pen and I'm going to make my roof. So I'm going to once again create with this line this roof type of thing. And notice that jumped down on me. So I'll have to fix that in a second. But now I'm going to go down and say style. I want a color fill and there's the fill. For some reason this jumped down at me. And so what I want it to do is kind of to stay on the page and not move with the text. And I want this one to stay and say, now I can bring this back up and with my up arrow key, I might be able to move it up this way faster. Yes, I can. So you can see that I started my house. I can make sure that I make some details. I'm going to make then just another square, make sure it's staying on the page, and duplicate a bunch, and now I have some windows. Or instead of a window, I want a garage. Okay, and if you look at the example in Moodle, some people make it really complicated and really pretty cool. Okay, last thing I want to talk about is this program called Acorn. And Acorn is a painting program. So when you first do something, you have to say File, New. And it gives us to choose how we want our new image. We want this to be transparent so the background doesn't turn white. It could be turned white or black, but we want the background color to be transparent. This is a little big for the widths. These are what are called pixels, and 450 is probably about 4 or 5 inches. So I'm going to say OK, and it gives me this little checkered board thing, which means that it has a transparent background on it. If I go to my painting tool, if I go over here to the color palette, I can choose a color of how I want to make my flower or anything that you want to make, whether it's an animal or a skateboard or a mailbox. Click on a different color to do the stem. I can also go over here because it's a painting to my fill color. And I can say I want my fill color to be yellow, and now we're good to go. Okay, I can also paint it once again, and I say I want the middle thing to be, I want my brush size to be a little bigger. So here's the size of my brush, and I can then paint something right in the middle. Now that I've painted that, I'll save it. Where do you want to save it? Probably on your desktop. And this is my flower, of course. Notice it says .acorn. If you want to work on that flower again, you want to keep it .acorn. But if you don't, if you want to use it in your house, you better change it to what is called a PNG image. So here's the PNG image, and that allows you to work into Pages, and then I'll hit save. So now I go back to my house and I say, where's my flower? Well, there's my flower, right? I will put it into my house. Whoa, that's a big flower, but I want to make myself a garden, so I'll bring it over here. And then what do I want to do with that? Well, stay on the page. And then how about if we copy and paste it, or you could probably duplicate it. What's the quick key to duplicate? Command D. I just made myself a quick little garden here with a bunch of flowers in it. Okay. So again, you can draw cars, you can draw mailboxes, you can draw birds, whatever you want to draw in painting. Really, you're painting it in Acorn and then using it in your house. Hopefully you understand a little bit more about Acorn right now. And right now, hopefully I can end my video. So everybody want to say bye? I had this problem last time too. I couldn't figure out how to stop